is up, YouTube? It's your boy G11 back at it again with another episode of Homie Talk, where we have real discussion about real things happening right now. Now, guys, I know I haven't been doing videos for a little bit. I've been kind of sitting back and observing the events that have been unfolding within the past month or so, and I gotta say, stuff has escalated quickly. Obviously we got the stuff with Ukraine and gas is almost gas is $7 in certain places. Y'all gonna have to sell some stomach acid to get to work or something because anyways, though, today's story that I want to talk about comes out of Florida, out of Lauderdale. And Florida, I'm sorry to put y'all on blast like this, Florida, but y'all always have stuff going down over there. Florida and New York is the other one. New York has especially been crazy in the past couple of months. I could pull about 4 or 5 different stories out of there. But this particular story today I wanted to cover because it has a key point that I want to highlight here, very similar to the last story we covered. So I got an article I want to share with you guys. Just give me a second to pull it up. And there we are. This might be a little hard for some of you guys to see, but this comes from CBS. And, I don't always pull from the same news sources. I like to alternate because, some news sites will give you one point of the story. Some will give you the other. Some are biased. If you've been around the block long enough and you really pay attention to this stuff, yeah, you'll kind of understand. I used to be one that used to just watch CNN. I thought, when I was younger, CNN was pretty credible. But, obviously in most recent years, if you guys have been paying attention to the elections and who's in the seat, the presidency, you guys will understand what I'm getting at. So anyway, I'm digressing. Let's get through the article here. Okay. Let's just move this over here. Sorry, I gotta finagle stuff around. It's been a minute since I've played with the StreamYard. But title of this article is Florida bus driver hailed for her quick actions as gunman opens fire, killing 2 passengers. This just happened. This article was just posted March 18th, yesterday, right? Now, a bus driver is being called a hero for barreling into the parking lot of a Fort Lauderdale police headquarters after a gunman opened fire on the bus, killing 2 passengers. This shooting just broke out just after 2:30 p.m. Thursday as the Broward County Transit bus was traveling down a busy road near downtown Fort Lauderdale. Now, I want you guys to think about this, right? I don't know any bus drivers personally, but imagine having to have self-defense or active shooter training for being a bus driver. I mean, this is where we're at. And to me, I think it's dope that she had those quick actions, right? But I wonder if this is just almost a normal occurrence because, that was quick. I know if I were a bus driver and that shit happened, I wouldn't know what to do in that situation. You know what I mean? She immediately was like, all right, here, we're taking this to the police station. They'll, whatever. So that's interesting to me. And I wonder if this is a part of bus driver training. You have to, anybody out there who's a bus driver, and you might be able to answer this, is active shooter training a part of the curriculum? If so, I wouldn't want to be a bus driver, okay, doing this kind of stuff. But I'm digressing. Let's dig back into the article. When the driver heard gunshots, police said she forced her way into a turn lane and then pulled up to the police headquarters. Officers rushed out after hearing the commotion, and the suspected shooter stepped off the bus and surrendered. So that part's kind of weird to me that this individual surrendered, but I think we'll understand why as we continue. The bus driver in this particular case, her quick actions, I'm sure, saved lives, the acting police chief Luis Alvarez said during a conference. Kudos to her. She deserves to be applauded for her actions. Now, there's not a picture of the bus driver here. They don't give her name. There's probably other articles out there that do that, but this is what we're dealing with here. Investigators said as gunshots rang out, the bus driver realized the vehicle was penned in and could not cross the boulevard. So she maneuvered around the car that was blocking her and forced her way across the road. That is a difficult thing to do. Not many people would have behaved the way this bus driver behaved to get to the front of the police station. Now, Now, guys, I want you to really pay attention to this part, to these next couple facts I'm getting to read. It talks about the shooter here, and you'll notice a key similarity with this guy to another story that I recently covered with the New York City poop attack guy, right? Y'all remember that? So just listen. Jamal Myers, 34, has been charged with 2 counts of first degree murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, and 1 count of possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. So we know we're dealing with a felon. We know 2 people died as a result of this, and 2 people are seriously hurt or injured. Additional charges pending. The acting police chief Alvarez said the gun was recovered. Investigators said Myers is a habitual offender and they don't know the motive. So here we are again. We're dealing with a habitual offender. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of like a habitual liar, right? This guy is a habitual offender, which means he just continues to do crimes over and over and over again, maybe without rhyme or reason, maybe with a reason, but the point is he keeps doing it, right? One person died on the bus after being shot. The other died after being taken to the hospital. The Fire and Rescue Battalion Chief Stephen Golan told the news. Another bus rider was in critical condition while the fourth was seriously injured. 3 more people were treated at the scene for minor injuries caused when the bus hit their vehicles. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement considers Myers a serious, so now the verbiage is important, a serious habitual felon who has had numerous encounters with the legal system since 2003. Can y'all remember what y'all were doing in 2003? For my people watching, I think most of you guys watching are millennials. You are in the same age range as myself, 30, maybe a little bit younger. But in 2003, we were all like in school. We were in school. This man was out committing crimes. According to court records, Myers was sentenced in 2021 for 10 crimes committed between 2017 and 2019. Each conviction carried concurrent 3-year sentences, so he ended up serving just 5 months in state prison after being given credit for more than 800 days awaiting trial. He was released on January 8th. It was not immediately known whether Myers had an attorney to speak on his behalf. So what am I saying? I'm saying the law is working as it is intended, right? Again, I'm kind of drawing criticism to the idea that folks are saying the system is hard on certain individuals. This guy is a habitual offender walking the streets. 10 crimes committed between 2017 and 2019. I would venture to say safely that's probably more crimes than the average person commits in their lifetime. There's another article. Hold on. There's another article I want to share with you guys that I think highlights this further. Just give me a second. It's just crazy. Habitual offender. This is how they describe this guy. Okay, share. We got to do Chrome tab. That's how we got to do it. Okay. All right, here we go. So this is ABC Local 10 News now. The accused Fort Lauderdale bus shooter had 20 previous arrests. He missed his first court appearance with what attorney says is a medical issue, and this is our guy, Mr. Jamal Myers. I don't have to say much about that. Police on Friday identified Jamal Myers, 34, as the man arrested in Thursday's bus shooting that killed 2 in Fort Lauderdale. Detectives say Myers shot 4 people on a county bus Thursday afternoon. 2 of the victims died. Records show Myers has an extensive criminal record with more than 20 arrests, including charges related to drug possession and domestic violence. So we're dealing with a guy who's had 20 previous arrests, some drug, some domestic violence. You probably have a couple misdemeanors in there, but he's a convicted felon. I think he was out on probation here. And he's on the bus and he shoots and kills 2 people and grievously injures 2 others and then surrendered to the police. What is this saying? Well, just like the other guy, his actions are telling us, I don't want to be out here. Lock me up. That's what his actions are saying, loud and clear. But the system is working as intended. This is a result of what people lobbied for, right? People are saying the laws are too hard on certain people. People are saying the sentences are too harsh. Well, how many how many times you got to get arrested? You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's a convicted felon before we put somebody away for a long time. I mean, just think about, I always like, in past videos, I always think about, if I had people on that bus, right? Family, friends, whatever. And I lost them because this convicted felon wasn't put in jail for a long time like he should have been. I think about stuff like that. Look, there you go. He had been most recently arrested in 2019 on several felony charges, including burglary and drug charges. He's serving probation on those charges, and that the probation came despite Myers being flagged in 2018 as a habitual offender. This is just like the guy in New York who had done. The guy in New York got arrested 22 times, and the judge still granted him bond, even though that dude had some serious stuff on his belt. And the judge was like, "No, we'll give him bond." He made bond and is walking the streets being a menace again. You guys really need to think about, the way these laws are in place, who you're putting in the seats that are making these laws, because this is a result. This is a direct result of what people wanted. Let me finish up. Myers was supposed to make his first court appearance Friday morning to hear his charges and have his bond set, but an attorney appeared on his behalf and said that he would need to be rescheduled because of medical issues. Gee, I wonder what kind of medical issues he's having. This stuff, you can't make this stuff up, yo. Anyways, that's the point of this. I really just wanted to cover this article to highlight a point of the system working as intended as a result of what people were saying before. And even, I mean, I would say people are saying it now. And people saying the justice system is unfair and it's biased against black folk and this and that and the other. And I just don't see that with a lot of these cases, man. These guys that I've covered in these stories are habitual offenders, or if not habitual, if they've done some serious stuff in the past and they're out walking amongst us. And their actions are directly telling us that they need to be locked up. They need to be put away. They're saying, I don't want to be out here. I can't be around people. Anyway, that's just my take. I try to have a fair and balanced analysis on this stuff, but sometimes it just is what it is, y'all. We dealing with some crazy folk out here. Now, as always, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the content, hit the like and subscribe button for the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you guys are sharing it. Have all your notifications turned on so you get notified when more content drops. And y'all be safe out there. Until next time, peace.